Phantom Blade Zero reportedly got substantial investment due to Black Myth Wukong's success. From VGC, it's claimed that Chinese investors now believe AAA gaming is the new golden egg. Well, of course they do. So, Phantom Blade Zero, let's see, Black Myth Wukong has been a huge commercial success since its release last year, selling over 20 million copies across PC and PS5 in its first month and attracting over 1.44 million concurrent players on Steam within days of release. According to China based publisher and gaming consultant Daniel Camillo, who cites two developers who worked on the game, the release of Wukong led to Phantom Blade Zero developer S Game receiving extra funding from investors keen to capitalize on the apparent growth of the Chinese developed video games. To be clear, the success of Wukong did not by itself trigger all funding for Phantom Blade Zero, Camillo wrote, but it was already very advanced in development once Wukong launched. The tremendous success of Wukong in China in particular signaled to many investors that AAA gaming is the new golden egg. Many studios saw investments come their way after Wukong released. This is not really news. What is news is that Phantom Blade Zero did get a substantial amount of extra investment and funding thanks to the success of Wukong. So this is really incredible stuff. I got to tell you guys, like, and by the way, that gameplay trailer you are looking at, it was this boss fight, and wow, like the choreograph animations that they do in this game is really something special. Like I got to tell you, I saw this game last year, I think is the first time I saw it. And I thought to myself, it looks really cool. It looks like this mix between, it's not really a Souls game, but it's got this action, hack and slash kind of. I mean, it's like a hybrid, right? But what really caught my eye was the way the movements are choreographed. It's really fluid. It looks really nice. And then as you saw in that boss fight gameplay stuff, it's really incredible. So the article goes on to say the claim comes as developer S Game released another trailer showing combat against multiple opponents. Well, really, it was one boss that was like controlling, like a puppeteer almost. I saw a brief look at the game's boss fights. Phantom Blade Zero is planned for release later this year, but a release date is yet to be announced. The game is planned for PC and PS5 and will support PS5 Pro. S Game is kicking off 25 with the Year of the Snake trailer showing off the visual quality and textures and everything else. I'm not going to play the audio because I don't want to get copyright. But yeah, this here was I mean, it's just really something to watch these movements. I love anything that's like a Souls-like action RPG genre. Like I'm generally really drawn to it. I think I have a lot of fun with these games personally. They're really awesome. This here says, quote, the PS5 version runs smoothly and stably while supporting enhanced visuals of the PS5 Pro. Our journey into the action design and combat mechanics in Phantom Blade Zero has reached a deep water phase, said the head of publishing. At this stage, creating the action game we envision requires us to move beyond existing game references. Instead, we've drawn inspiration from Hong Kong martial arts films of the 1980s and 1990s, alongside traditional techniques and philosophies of Chinese martial arts. Well, there you have it, folks. That's pretty straightforward from the publisher's mouth. Why you see just such awesome choreography. I'm here for it all day long. This boss fight was incredible. I'm almost kind of sad that it was spoiled for me because like a lot of these games getting to the boss and being introduced to the boss for the first time is like part of the whole thing, right? So seeing this is like I think it was important to show the audience like okay, this is really what it's like because what we've seen in the past was little pieces. We didn't see a full boss fight or a full presentation like this. And so I think you have to spoil something, right? They have to have something to spoil. So let's just hope that it's not gonna be anything too crazy. I will say I had some extra information on this. I'll try to pull it up here while I'm talking to you guys because again, we don't do editing on this channel because why would we? But this game isn't going to be small. This game is going to have many different areas, many different hours. Here we go. I'll just go ahead and pull this up right now and we'll show you guys. So it says here, let me zoom in. Boom, boom, boom. So Phantom Blade Zero, latest details, main story, 30 hours of playtime. That's 30 to 35 hours for side content, 30 main and 20 second. Let's see, main story. Excuse me, main story is 30 hours, and then you have an additional 30 to 35 hours of side content. So if you do everything, it should take you around 65 hours. 30 main and 20 secondary weapons, which is freaking awesome, respawn in the same boss phase. So, in other words, if you have a two-phase boss and you die in the second phase, you're not starting over from phase one, you're going to restart in phase two. I like that. That is amazing. Like, too many games where phase two screws you up and you got to start all the hell over. I mean, your sense of accomplishment is great when you do that, but at the same time, it's like let's just do. I feel like it's like a common sense move, right? This says, yeah, if you lose in phase two, you respawn in it. 4 difficulty tiers, so that's great. A lot of people love to just max out the difficulty and then do speed runs, so great for them. Repeat boss challenge mode. So they're already coming out with a boss mode, which is you can fight them again and again. That's cool. Their budget is 55 million. Now, this was reported around the same time, so of the funding thing. So I don't know if they are like if that budget has grown versus like how far in development they are, because the publisher was saying that they're in deep water stage of the development, meaning they're really far along, especially if it's going to launch this year. I don't think it is, because this new report is saying projected to launch in 26. Maybe Q4 this year or in the first half of next year. I would say probably the first half of next year, because if they did just get a bunch of funding, then they're probably going to want to like spend more time on polish and things like that. Maybe work on DLC for it. Dev team of 100 plus, release date to be revealed this year. So as far as the release date, once I get something more concrete, I'll definitely let you guys know. But yeah, this game, you see this footage, which this was a promo thing for Happy Year of the Snake. We had the Lunar New Year going on, or maybe it just ended. I'm not 100% sure. But again, seeing the developers, publishers talk about the inspirations behind the animations, and that it's, closely modeled after, old school martial arts and things like that. Really, really awesome, man. I mean, I saw the boss fight. I couldn't believe it. I'm on board. I'm purchasing this game, no questions asked. I definitely want to play this and play for you guys. So if I find out anything cool or new about the game, and especially with the release date, I'll keep you guys up to date. But for everything else, just remember to comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on future content. Follow me on Rumble and TikTok also. That way, if you'll see all my different kind of content. So thanks again for watching, and I'm going to get the hell out of here.
HELMETFIRE.